hear this, you are not alone. This is the Resistance.
What's up, everyone? This is the Tin Man with the Resistance. If you're watching this, you are the Resistance.
Yeah.
And in this video, we want to carry on a little bit more with the Juggalo thing, with the Juggalos being labeled as gang members and whatnot. After the video, my buddy Lucid here, he brought up a few things and made a few good points, and I want to give you sort of the opportunity to throw that out there.
What, just basically the story that I told you?
Yeah, the story that you told me and a lot of the points that you brought up and that we discussed.
Well, the main thing about the story that I had told was that I was stopped and approached by a police officer. I'm not going to tell you where, and I'm not going to tell you who, because that would just be slander, and I don't want to slander anybody. But I got stopped by a police officer, and he stopped me because I have a Hatchet Man tattoo that says Juggalo on the top of it on my left calf. And in fact, I had just gotten a tattoo, and my shorts were kind of rolled up above it, so because I didn't want it to rub it raw and, you know, give it air to breathe and whatnot. Well, he stopped me and he said, you know, that's gang related, right? I said, what? He said, yeah, that's gang related. I said, oh, I had no idea. I'm just a fan of the music. He said, well, I could technically put you on gang profiling right now. I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, no way. You know, I thought he was just messing with me. You know, being a police explorer, maybe he knew somebody that knew me and they were just fucking with me. That's what initially what I thought. Well, he like fucking sat me down, really like did a background check and everything on me, you know, over his fucking radio. And he saw that I was in the military. He saw that, you know, I had you know, police explorer background. He saw that I was in ROTC, cadet corps, stuff like that. And he had no choice but to let me go because I had nothing but good things on my record. Well, just before he went to go let me go, he stated, well, don't worry about it. And he went like this. He held out his arm right here. And right here where my clown tattoo is, he had a Hatchet Man tattoo right there. And he said that he was just doing his job and this and that. Well, if that was the case, then how come nobody has approached this guy and confronted him about being a gang member? I mean, he's a police officer with these tats.
Well, that having been said, something just came to mind here. He's just doing his job. He, as a Juggalo, would know better that you or anybody else who represents the Juggalo way of life are not gang members. He should know better.
Yeah, but yeah, he does know better, but he's just doing his job. He had to do background check because there is a gang out in Hemet. Well, I have to kind of voice where I was at, but there's a gang out in Hemet that Hemet, California, that kind of fucked it over for us in Hemet. But on the other hand, too, you know, the Juggalo way of life lately has been kind of a little bit different than when we were coming up, dude.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of full of like pansies lately, you know.
It has changed in retrospect, but you gotta come to expect that. But what it really comes down to is, what is a Juggalo? You know, the social outcasts, the people that don't generally fit in. The definition of that can in fact change, you know, as certain things become the norm. Because what we were considered fucking nuts back in the day is, in a lot of ways, considered norm nowadays.
But I wasn't even talking about the way of thinking and the social disposition on how, you know, we're so different from everybody else. What I was saying is how Juggalos act in general. You know, I do not support the fact that people are saying that Juggalos are gang members. I don't support that 100%. I myself am a Juggalo. Have been since I met this guy. Him and my buddy Robbie kind of initiated me into the whole aspect of everything. I kind of learned my own along the way. You know, they say you can't get your own hatchet charm until somebody gives it to you. You can't get your own tattoo until a Juggalo gives it to you. I actually got my tattoo from a Juggalo who shouldn't be a Juggalo. But
yeah, we both know who you're.
But you know, even your sister, who was the dude's girlfriend at the time,
Yeah.
She's a juggalo, or she's a juggalette, rather.
Straight up juggalette.
And she approved of me getting the tattoo. Robbie approved, you approved. So I had approval all around, regardless of whether that guy gave it to me or not. But back in the day, you weren't considered a juggalo until somebody told you you were. And until the juggalos approved that you were a juggalo. Nowadays, anybody just claims juggalo and they're automatically in the club. Well, I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
a lot of you posers nowadays, dude, you don't deserve to be a juggalo. You claim to be social outcasts, yet you're from the fucking rich side of town. You claim to be a social outcast and, be poor and all this shit. You know what, dude? I've been wearing these fucking pants, dude, for the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah.
I got holes in my shit. I'm straight up scrub. You know what I'm saying? Straight
We're
up
talking about
scrubby,
scrub.
dude.
I'm in my fucking pajama pants right now, motherfucker.
Well,
this fucking jacket, how old is this, some bitch?
I don't know, dude. You've had that for a while. In fact, I think I gave
I've
that
had
to
this
you.
for at least 10 years.
Didn't I give that to you?
No. Tommyberg gave this to me back when I was 19, but...
I had a jacket. Didn't I give you one of my jackets?
Nah, yours with the desert camo.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I gave it to my mom. That's what I gave it to.
Yeah, but still the point stands.
But anyway,
how
we
much
just got,
more scrubber can you get fucking wearing the same jacket for 10 fucking
exactly,
years?
and you know what? That's true definition of juggalo right there. I mean, they even say it in in fucking the Twisted song. What is it?
Juggalo Family?
Juggalo Family,
Off
and
the Dark Waters album, yeah.
Yeah, but they talk about how you're scrubby. You know what I mean? I'm straight up scrubby.
Yeah, they don't
You know
want
what
fake ass motherfuckers.
Right.
Like, I went out and bought them yesterday, but I'm definitely a Juggalo.
Right, exactly. And you know what? The thing of it is, too, even in Raw Deal, that song Raw Deal, you know what I mean? I gotta give it to the Twisted, dude.
Yeah.
You know what? Violent J is Violent J, Shaggy, dude. And you know what? My favorite, though, is Twisted, dude. Hands
Twisted
down.
is the fucking shit.
Hands down. Jamie Madrox, dude, just the fucking shit on me.
Yeah, I mean...
Straight up.
The Juggalo world has grown and evolved, but it is not grown and evolved into a gang. Any more that the fans of Kiss are a gang, or even satanic cult worshippers, knights in Satan's service.
Yeah, in fact,
or that the
Kiss
trench
was the
coat
first ones that painted their fucking faces.
Exactly. Or that the trench coat mafia, who were fans of Marilyn Manson. Does that vicariously make everybody who wears a trench coat a fucking member of this clique?
Okay, what about
Or
the cops who wear
every-
uniforms? Does that make them a fucking gang? I mean, honestly, guys, seriously, I mean, if you put it into perspective, just because everybody shares the same ideal does not necessarily make them a gang. Gang affiliation between gangs and clubs and fans and stuff like that, fans/clubs, the difference between fans/clubs and gangs is that gangs get together to commit crimes. Clubs get together to share an interest.
Yeah, exactly. And like covering the video last time around, what fucking happened when we tried to do our first cut of this video? I fucked it up real bad, and we just ran on for like 10 minutes
yeah.
making a fucking blooper reel, just
Yeah.
dicking off because I couldn't keep my focus because we had that music going in the background, and I couldn't keep my shit straight.
Because
So
we were
just-
so passionate about the subject, you know,
Yeah,
we just kind of went with it.
It's supposed to be fun. You gotta love it. And, I admit there's many things about the Juggalo way of life that didn't exactly go so well. The prep gang wars, for instance. That wasn't even started by Juggalos. It's just some stupid motherfucker threw an apple, hit a prep in the head. They went after some kid that was the little brother of a gang member, and it just fucking popped off from there, and the Juggalos got thrown into the mix because the Juggalos can be anybody. They could be normal people, just like you and me, or they could even be gang members, from another clique or whatever.
And you know what?
It's a way of life, and all are welcome.
And
in many retrospects.
Exactly. And many, fans of any kind of different music, are fans of certain kinds of music. You know what I mean? Like gang members all have favorite artists. They all have favorite, music, types of music, genres, whatnot.
Yeah.
Just because one person who is a gang member that listens to ICP and has a tattoo on him doesn't mean the rest of them are like that.
Yeah, well, what it comes down to is people have to understand, including the FBI, that the Juggalos, it's a way of life. Anybody, especially nowadays, can be a Juggalo. And yes, some Juggalos do have gang affiliation, but that does not make the Juggalos themselves a gang. Like I said, the Juggalo way of life, it's more about just connecting with other Juggalos, having fun, being the equivocal family. And that's what we did in that little fucking spoof video we did last week when I was just totally fucking off. In fact, I'm going to post that after this.
Yeah, just tag it on the end of this, or even as a subsidiary video that in the comments section.
An extra little thing, and you want to check that out. I think I titled it Juggalo bloopers, but go ahead and check that out.
We'll just put the link.
See what the Juggalo life is really about, ladies and gentlemen.
And we'll put the link in the description. You guys can click on it, whatever. I mean, we're just literally just acting a fool. Seriously, I mean, we're just goofing off like kids.
Hey, that's the Juggalo way of life, baby. And if you're watching this, you are the resistance. Juggalo all the way.